Now, Fasnacht's about to be starting in Fallout 76, and I've been talking to my community about things I would like to see changed with this event, whether it be added, taken away, but there could be some bigger implications for Fallout 76 if Bethesda decided to make these changes. And if you can think of anything that you would like to see changed with Fasnacht or Fallout 76 in the whole, make sure to put it down in the comment section below. But hopefully you're having a great and wonderful day out there in the wasteland. Y'all sit back, relax, and let's talk about them. And now the first thing that I want to be talking about today is upping the chance for Fasnacht mask drops. You see, as Fallout 76 grows and more masks are added to the loot pool for this event, the drop chances get lower, and I would love to see a new vendor that has some of the older masks, whether it be common, uncommon, and even some rare Fasnacht masks that were launched when the event first came out, potentially up for sale. Not every single one of them. You don't want the mass drop percentage to go skyrocket. You know, this is an online game for an MMO, and it should take a bit of grind for things to drop. But if you are a new player to Fallout 76, this might deter you away from doing this event so much, because the drop chance, I think right now, is like a 0.2% or something like that as more masks get in there. But say you take away 5, 10, or 15 masks that were here for the past few years, then that would slightly bump up that rate where players could buy those whenever they want to, or you could make it only available like a vendor in Helvetia, just available during the Fasnacht event where players could buy those masks. And it definitely would help the max cap situation that we're having with running all of these raids and seeing everyone be at 40k caps. And this would be a way that players could spend those caps and potentially even trade more in the future. Now, in the most recent Fasnacht event, we did see a variation of the enemies that we were used to in the final stage of the event, but with so many new enemy types in Fallout 76, I would love to see some of the rad toads or super mutant waves be switched up, maybe with some lost or maybe some overgrown coming in there, just to keep vault dwellers on their toes. And now, speaking of the enemy variation, one thing that I would love to see Bethesda do is make an event variation, just like how they have with the Mothman Equinox, and bringing the perfect Mothman egg and setting it down there and changing up the event ever so slightly. That is something that you could do with Fasnacht. Just make it a themed item, or even potentially have some optional things for the robots to do with the vault dwellers while they are getting ready to get in line for the parade. Like maybe you have a certain amount of emotes that you have to do to get the robots hyped up, and that changes the event a little bit. Little things like that to either potentially just change the event ever so slightly for vault dwellers, or even help with the drop percentage for the rare mask, I think everyone would be absolutely ecstatic for. And now this next suggestion is one that could have big implications for Fallout 76, and it would actually solve a problem that a lot of players have with other vault dwellers during the Fasnacht event, and that, my friends, is being AFK. And now look, as someone who AFKs, I don't care if you AFK, I don't care if you don't AFK, as long as you're having fun out there in the wasteland, that is the only thing that I care about. But the suggestion I have, if you would like to fix AFK, is very simple. You bring back the survival option. You make players eat. You make players drink water. And that keeps away the AFKs, because if you don't eat, you don't drink, that means that you perish. And I've been playing Fallout 76 off and on since its release. I've been back to playing Fallout 76 every single day for the past 3 years now, and I miss the survival option of having to eat and having to drink. And now something that I would absolutely love to see as well is mutated events come to the top of the hour events like Fasnacht, Mothman Equinox, the Alien Invasion, and more, because the Fasnacht event is going on from February the 18th until March the 3rd, and Bethesda on the community calendar has that we're going to have mutated public events from February the 27th until March the 5th. And while I think this is just an error on their side in how they have it going, how cool would it be if you had some mutated elements to these events that would make it a little bit more difficult, but also make it a little bit more fun at the same time? And now for our final thing that we would like to see changed with the Fasnacht event is a second chance at more rewards for the Fasnacht loot table. You see, you have the loot table for Fasnacht, and whether this next thing happens or doesn't, or whether you pass it or doesn't, does not affect your parade status and everything there. If that passes, then you get those rewards. You get a chance to get from that loot table. But maybe have a 10% chance that like an old man winter robot or something pops up, maybe like the great grandfather of the mechanist or some scientist of sorts has been building this contraption, and the players in that server have to defeat that robot, and that gives the players a second chance at getting a rare reward from the loot table for Fasnacht. And I think that would be absolutely cool for everybody come together, and whether you beat that robot or not in the time like slot limited, or you know that you have, I think that would be absolutely cool for players to be able to go against a robot to have a second chance or some variation of a second chance, because like I keep saying, the drop rate percentage for these rare rewards are super low, and I really would like to see those raised. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What would you like to see changed for Fallout 76 or Fasnacht in a whole? And who knows, maybe we have some good suggestions for changes to Fallout 76 and we make a future video with those suggestions. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to check this video out. Thank you so much to the channel members for the continued support. Y'all have a great and wonderful day out there in the wasteland. Peace. Love you.